What would you do if you overheard your parents disowning you not out of anger, but with a cold certainty that you were disposable? Stay with me as I unfold this shocking story, and please don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment. It truly keeps me going. That question burned in my chest the night I stood frozen outside my father's study. I'm Naomi Carter, 32, born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. I had returned home to help my father after his back surgery, believing family came first. That illusion shattered when I stopped by his study door and heard his voice steady, controlled, not even raised. Your sister's not getting a nothing from us, Amara. She's out. From now on, it's just you. My blood turned to ice. Through the crack, I saw my father, Henry Carter, leaning back in his leather chair. My mother, Lorraine, stood with her arms crossed, lips curled in a smile that carried no joy, only triumph. My younger sister, Amara, sat quietly nodding. It wasn't the first betrayal, it was just the loudest. I didn't step inside. I didn't argue. I backed away and went straight to the guest room where I had been staying. That night, I moved every cent from my savings, my consulting account, even the little emergency stash I had hidden for years. Because deep inside, I knew this moment was coming. But what my parents didn't know was that Grandma had prepared me. Before she died, she whispered to me, "When they turn on you, open the bottom drawer." At the time, I thought she meant a keepsake. But the next morning, I unlocked her old writing desk in her untouched bedroom. Inside was a sealed envelope with my name and a flash drive. Her letter was short but fierce. "Naomi, if you're reading this, they've already shown their true face. Love doesn't make them loyal. Take what's yours and never apologize. Grandma Celeste." My hands trembled as I opened the notarized envelope. Inside was an amended will. 51% control of the Carter family business, 2 rental properties, and a trust account worth over $1 million. She had left me proof that I wasn't invisible, proof that she had seen me when everyone else had tried to erase me. Tears didn't come. Rage didn't even come. What filled me was conviction. For years, I had carried this family. I paid Amara's overdue rent, covered my cousin Darren's gambling debts, took leave from my career to nurse Dad through his illness, sat by Grandma's hospice bed every night. They had drained me and called it love. They had needed me, but they never wanted me. And now they thought I was nothing. The next morning, I walked into the kitchen like everything was normal. Dad scanned financial papers, Amara scrolled on her phone, and Mom hummed while pouring tea. "Morning," I said. Dad barely looked up. "We're busy, Naomi. Give us a moment." I smiled steady. "Sure. Just wanted to say congratulations." His head snapped up. "On what?" I set the envelope down on the table, on handing me everything. Mom's hand shook, spilling her tea. Amara stopped chewing. Dad's pen froze midair. I slid the will across the table. Signed, notarized, witnessed. Grandma's choice. Not yours. Dad rose, his face crimson. "This is fake." "Beverly signed as witness," I said calmly. "Grandma's church friend. You remember her." The room fell into stunned silence. For the first time in years, they had no words. "You thought I would vanish quietly," I continued, "but you underestimated me." I leaned forward, voice cool as steel. "The account you tried to hide? Already frozen. Your secret trust? Under investigation. And your favorite daughter here." I looked at Amara, whose face had gone pale. "Just lost the inheritance you promised her." Their silence was heavier than a scream. Mom whispered, "This is your family." "No," I said. "This is my lesson to you." I turned and walked out, leaving them with their tea, their shock, and their crumbling empire. But that was only the beginning. By Monday morning, I didn't just walk into the Carter family business. I stormed it. The boardroom was filled with familiar faces. Dad's old partners, Darren in his tailored suit, and Amara pretending she belonged. I walked to the head of the table and sat down without asking. "You don't belong here," Darren sneered. I dropped the ownership papers in front of him. According to this, I belong exactly here. They read, whispering. The weight of the truth shifted the room. That's when the doors burst open. Dad stormed in, furious. This is a hostile takeover. No, I said. This is a correction. He slammed his hand on the table. You don't have the experience. I have the authority. Starting today, every dollar moves through me. Darren jumped up. You think you can run this company better than Dad? I stared at him. Considering you've been funneling company funds into your gambling account, yes. I'll do better. Gasps erupted. Phones lit up. Dad sank into his chair like a man watching his empire collapse. But I wasn't done. The audit reports I had already ordered told a story darker than I expected. Shell companies, offshore accounts, forged withdrawals. They hadn't just erased me. They had been stealing for years. I turned the files over to the legal team. By Friday, indictments were filed. The courtroom became my battlefield. I stood before the judge, my voice unwavering. They didn't just try to cut me out. They tried to bleed this company dry. The flash drive played Grandma's voice, frail but firm. Naomi, if they try to silence you, speak louder. You are this family's future, not their version, yours. The room froze. Dad's head dropped. Mom stared at the floor. Amara cried quietly. When the gavel fell, the verdict was final. Full control of the company to me. Mom and Dad stripped of all fiduciary roles. Amara ordered to repay misused funds. Darren under investigation for fraud. I walked out not as their daughter, but as the rightful heir. Reporters swarmed, but I said nothing. Silence was my final weapon. Back at Grandma's lake house, I placed her amended will beside her journal. I whispered, I did it, Grandma. They had tried to bury me, but they handed me the shovel. I didn't dig my grave. I built my foundation. Now the company bears my name. The house breathes with my peace. And at last, I sleep with the windows open safe, strong, unafraid. Thank you for watching till the very end. It truly means a lot, and please subscribe to my channel. Tell us in the comments where you're watching from. We love seeing how far our stories reach. Until next time, stay strong. Take good care of yourself. Goodbye for now.